The French Open in Paris was the destination of my trip this week. As always, it was interesting and special to be at the Grand Slam tournament. More about Paris in this video. A quick look back at last week. Slava Belinsky and Sebastian Sorga were in the semifinals at the Future in Bosnia. Sebastian was beaten in 3 sets in the semifinals. Slava won his semifinal clearly in 2 sets. Slava also remained without losing a set in the final and won his second Future this year. It underlines that he is on the right track. In addition to the singles, he was also successful in the doubles this week, making it a perfect week. There wasn't much time for a rest. This week they continued with another Future in Bosnia. Wonderful beaches, tennis on grass court, practice sessions on hard court with Mohamed Safwat and myself, among others. A great opportunity for young people aged 12 to 18 to take part in our summer camp in Somar Bay near Hurghada in July and August. For more information, please write in the comments below. The classical event in Paris, the French Open qualification, was the purpose of the trip for Yuri Rodionov and me this week. The welcome was chilly, not because of the local people, but because of the weather, which brought cold days to large parts of Europe. As with every Grand Slam tournament, the organization is well prepared for the huge rush of players and support staff. The accreditation is located at Gate 5, and after a short wait and a photo shoot for Yuri, the doors to the French Open were open for us. Since Yuri slipped into the qualification at the last moment, the arrival on Sunday morning was relatively late. But we are on clay, and Yuri has been to this tournament many times before, so he knew what to expect. 2 practice sessions were planned for Sunday afternoon, and the weather didn't make a dent in our plans. On the Sunday, before the start of qualifying, there is of course already a lot of activity on the facility. The players are finishing the final preparations and the tension is growing. The final rough work is also being completed on the grounds, and many small details will still be completed this week before the start of the main draw. Yuri's match was scheduled for Tuesday, so we had 1 more day for practice. In addition to the main facility, there are practice courts at Cherbourg. This club is only reserved for the players and accompanying persons during the French Open, so there were the same security conditions for entry here too, and nothing works here without accreditation. The pleasing thing about this club is that it is a lot quieter. There's also a restaurant here, and so you can escape the hustle and bustle of the main facility a little. On the first day of qualifying, Monday, there were already a lot of spectators and the interest was great. This has also changed a lot in the last few years, which is a positive thing for the players here. The ball kids also warm up before they start. Perhaps even more than some players. The players area under Leng Court is very busy from the start of the tournament, and there are often long waiting lines outside the restaurant at busy times. However, the food offers everything the players could wish for, and with 180 euros on the accreditation per day for the player's meal, no one will go starving. Also, the food is certainly not cheap. The Austrians also met in the players' area before the start, and there was a bit of small talk. On Tuesday, Yuri then played against the American Eubanks. Certainly not a specialist on clay, but of course dangerous with his strong serve. Yuri played a focused match without any weak stages and deserved to win in 2 sets. The atmosphere on the courts and the great interest shown by the spectators was still remarkable, even in the qualifying stage. In the second round, Yuri played against Nagal from India. The conditions on this day were completely different. Cooler temperatures and drizzle made up slow conditions. However, Yuri made the best of it and played very good tennis for long parts of the match, winning in 2 sets. With 2 good and above all won matches, the final round of qualifying began. Of course, it is a special match for every player to be so close to the main draw. The Frenchman Jacquet was his opponent in this match. US tension was evident, and Jacquet seemed more relaxed and was the more aggressive player. As a result, Yuri's opponent played a really good match, but on the other hand, Yuri did not match up with the quality of his previous matches. Therefore, a defeat in 2 sets was the logical consequence. All in all, the French Open was a good tournament for Yuri. A defeat at these events never comes at the right moment, but you can still be okay with the tournament. Back to a smaller, but still very competitive level of tennis, to the future in Bosnia. Sebastian Sorga and Slava Belinsky played for valuable points in Brčka, in the north of Bosnia, with the aim of making it to Paris one day. Politically, this country is still divided and has many problems to overcome. Sport is once again a positive exception here, and everyone involved fights for victory on the court. But afterwards, the tennis community has its place again. Slava and Sebastian both won their first round. Sebastian had problems in the second round due to a severe allergy and lost. Slava reached the quarterfinals again after his opponent gave up in the second set. I will report on the further outcome of the tournament in the next video. Thanks again for your interest, and I hope to see you in the next video.